Hello students, today we are going to start the practical of electrical power 2. So there are total 10 experiments. Out of these 10 experiments, 2 experiments are study experiments and 8 experiments we have to perform in laboratory. Okay, so this is the list of experiments that you have to perform. First experiment, that is to determine experimentally the reactances XD and XQ of salient pole synchronous machine using slip test, that is direct axis reactance and quadrature axis reactance. Second experiment, to determine XD dash and XD double dash by conducting a sudden symmetrical short circuit test. Okay, means transient reactance and subtransient reactance. Third experiment, that is to determine experimentally the direct axis and quadrature axis subtransient reactances, that is XD double dash and XQ double dash. Okay. Fourth experiment, to determine experimentally positive, negative and zero sequence reactances, that is X1, X2 and X0 of a synchronous machine by conducting a direct test. Fifth experiment is related to determine again positive, negative and zero sequence reactances of synchronous machine by conducting a indirect test. Seventh experiment, which is the study experiment, that is to study different types of lightning arresters. Okay, and 8 experiment, that is to observe Ferranti effect in the model of transmission line. Ninth experiment is to analyze the unsymmetrical faults on transmission line using MATLAB. And last experiment, that is to study static synchronous compensator, that is STATCOM, using MATLAB. So this is the list of experiment that we are going to perform. So out of this 10 experiments, 6 experiments you have to perform in laboratory, 2 experiments are study and 2 experiments we have to perform on MATLAB. Okay, so this is all about the list of experiments that we are going to perform. So today we will discuss the experiment number 1. Okay, see what is the title of that experiment: to determine experimentally the reactances XD and XQ of a salient pole synchronous machine using slip test. Okay, that is direct axis reactance and quadrature axis reactance. Now what is the learning objective of that? So see, first is to calculate the direct axis and quadrature axis reactance of salient pole synchronous machine. Second, to understand and observe the effect of slip on machine reactances. And last is to compare the XD and XQ of salient pole synchronous machine. So this is our objective behind to perform the experiment, means how to calculate the XD and XQ, that is direct axis and quadrature axis, and compare this, which value is greater, direct axis reactance or quadrature axis reactance. So for that we have to use the slip test. So this is about the learning objective. Now what are the learning outcomes? Means after the completion of practical, what you learn? Okay, means students are able to, means you are able to understand the effect of slip on reactances of salient pole synchronous machine. Okay, again students are able to, means you learn about, means to understand the significance of XD and XQ of synchronous machine. So this is what outcome means after the performance of experiment, what you learn. Okay, so this is about the learning outcomes. Next is equipment details, means here we are going to find the XD and XQ, that is direct axis reactance and quadrature axis reactance. So how to find that? For that we have to perform this experiment in machine lab. So there is a panel, on that panel we have to perform that experiment. So these are the equipment details, that is name of equipment, after that specification and quantity required. So first we required a DC shunt motor having the specification of 5 HP, 220 volt, 19.5 ampere and 1500 rpm. Okay, second we required a 3-phase alternator, that is synchronous generator, having 3.5 kVA, 415 volt, 4.6 ampere, 1500 rpm and field current is 1.8 ampere. Next equipment required is 3-phase auto transformer, that is 0 to 440 volt EC and current is what, 10 ampere. Next we required voltmeter, that is 0 to 600 volt EC, that is 2 voltmeter we required. And last is the ammeter, that is for 0 to 5 ampere, again AC ammeter. So all these are the list of equipment details that by using that equipment we are going to perform that experiment. Okay, So this is the rating and these are the quantity required. After that, see, so this is the circuit diagram for that. So here we are going to find the XD and SQ of a salient pole synchronous machine by using slip test. So basically slip test means what? Slip test is used to determine the direct axis and quadrature axis reactance for a salient pole synchronous machine. Okay, so by using that slip test we can easily find XD and XQ. Correct. After that, see circuit diagram. So if you see that circuit diagram again, there is a decision motor. After that there is a three-phase synchronous generator. So if you see that diagram, see there is a decision motor which is coupled with a three-phase synchronous generator, right? After that there is a voltmeter, ammeter, rheostat, like all these equipments are given which are connected, okay, having some ratings. Again there are terminals, that is L, F, A, field, armature, line, all these terminals are given, and this voltmeter and ammeter is used to measure the voltage and current. Correct. Again there is a supply, three-phase supply, that is RYB. After that, field terminal. So see, when you take the reading, that is for that first you have to make all these connection according to the circuit diagram, and after that you have to take the reading. So for that we will see which reading we have to take, means what is the observation table or whatever. Okay, so this is a simple circuit diagram, means this is simply DC shunt motor which is coupled with the synchronous generator, right? After that, see, this is the circuit diagram, that is this is lab panel, means on that panel we are going to perform the experiment, means to find the XD and XU for a salient pole synchronous machine using slip test. So if you see that, see again this is a lab panel. Yeah, on that panel we are going to perform the experiment. So this is the DC shunt motor, and after that there is a alternator, means that is synchronous generator. So see there are three terminals again, LFA, that is line, field and armature. After that there is a three-phase supply, that is RYB, stator and rotor of alternator. Okay, so this DC shunt motor is coupled with the alternator. Now here we are going to perform, means here we are going to find the XD and XQ, that is direct axis reactance and quadrature axis reactance. So if you see that synchronous generator or alternator, if you see the principal construction and working of that, then see there is a direct axis and quadrature axis. So direct axis is always along the center line of the pole, and quadrature axis lead 90 degree to the direct axis. So if you see the diagram, if you draw the phasor diagram for that, then you will get clear idea about that what is direct axis and quadrature axis. Okay, if you see direct axis is along with the center line of the pole, and quadrature axis lead direct axis by 90 degree. Okay, after that again if you see that which value is greater, XD is greater or XQ is greater. So after the performing experiment, first we have to take the reading, and from that reading you can check XD is greater or XQ is greater. Correct. So this is about the panel for DC shunt motor and alternator. So for that we have to make the connection according to the circuit diagram. We have to connect. So this is simply panel, this is circuit diagram. Here we have to connect the ammeter, after that voltmeter. Again here we have to give the supply, that is 230 volt DC supply, after that 3-phase AC supply for alternator, and after making that connection we have to take the reading. Okay, so here only diagram is given. So to perform means how to perform the experiment, how to make the connection, there is one demonstration. From that demonstration you will get the clear idea how to take the reading. Okay, now remember that which equipments are there and how to make the connection. Correct. So this is the lab panel of that circuit diagram. Now next, see, when we are going to perform the experiment, so there is one video for lab demonstration. So if you see that video, means how to take the reading, then you will get the clear idea, means how to calculate XD and XQ. Okay, so you can listen the video after that presentation, then you will get the idea. Okay, similarly again there is one YouTube video also. So if you see that YouTube video, then again you will get the clear idea about that experiment, means about XD and XQ for a salient pole, right? So after that, see observation table. Means what we have to calculate, what is your objective, what is your aim. Here we are going to calculate xd and xq by using slip test. Slip test means simply which is used to determine xd and xq. So see, if you see the observation table, now first speed, after that Vmax, Vminimum, Imax, Iminimum, field voltage at Imax and field voltage at Iminimum, correct. First we have to take the reading for below synchronous speed, and after that we have to take the reading for above synchronous speed. So first we have to take the below synchronous means, for that we have to use the tachometer. So okay, and by using that tachometer, first we have to set the speed. Okay, it is near about 1480 rpm, right. Means for that we have to set first 1480, means after making that connection set that speed, means that is below synchronous speed, and at that speed first we have to measure, that is Vmax, Vminimum, Imax and Iminimum. Okay, means we have connected 2 voltmeter, after that we have connected ammeter, correct. One ammeter is there, one reading we can take from multimeter also, right. After that field voltage at Imax and Iminimum, right. Similarly, after that you have to set the value that is above synchronous speed, means it is near about 1500 rpm, and at that speed again you have to take the reading, means you have to see in voltmeter or ammeter what is the maximum value of voltage and what is the minimum value of voltage. After that minimum value of current and maximum value of current, and finally field voltage at Imax and field voltage at Iminimum. Okay, so remember that in slip test our field of alternator means is open, correct, and in that case we have to measure that value, right. So this is the observation table, means simply first we have to take the reading below synchronous speed, after that we have to take the reading above synchronous speed, correct, for voltage and current maximum and minimum value. Okay, and again there is a resistance is equal to, so we can measure that resistance by using multimeter also. Okay, so this is about the observation table. If you take the readings, then see in observation table, here we have taken the reading, we have performed the experiment, means first we have taken the reading for below synchronous speed, after that we have taken for above synchronous speed. So these are the values for Vmax, that is 124 volt, Vminimum, that is 123 volt, Imax, that is 1.5 ampere, Iminimum 1.5 ampere, field voltage at Imax, that is 59, and field voltage at Iminimum 90. Similarly, we have taken the reading for above synchronous speed, means it is near about 1550 rpm. So again these values were given. So after performing experiment we got this value. Okay, so you have to note down this reading because it is not possible to perform in laboratory. So that's why I put that value, that is means complete observation table. So you have to note down that value, correct. Next, resistance is 4 ohm. Sample calculation, means see for below and above synchronous speed. Again, to calculate the xd and xq, first we have to calculate zd and zq, that is direct axis impedance and quadrature axis impedance. So direct axis impedance formula is given, Vmax per phase upon Iminimum per phase, means maximum voltage upon minimum current. See, if you have to calculate zd, that is Vmax upon Iminimum. Similarly, if you have to calculate zq, then Vminimum upon Imax. Okay, similarly, but what you have to calculate xd. So for that zd square minus r square and zq square minus r square under root of. Now if you see that, and if you put that value, all values we have written in observation table. So if you put that value, then you will get zd is equal to 82.66 ohm and zq is equal to 41 ohm. Okay, so after putting that value in xd and xq, then you will get the value, that is xd is equal to under root of zd square minus r square is equal to 82.56 and xq is equal to under root of zq square minus r square, it is 40.80. Clear? So these are the values of xd and xq, and finally in the result you have to check which value is greater, that is direct axis reactance or quadrature axis. So here xd is 82.56 ohm and xq is 40.80 ohm. Okay, means here we can say that direct axis reactance is greater than the quadrature axis reactance. Okay, direct axis means what? We already discussed. Direct axis is along the center line of the pole for a synchronous generator, and quadrature axis is lead the direct axis by 90 degree. Okay, so xd is greater than xq, remember that value. And finally conclusion, see in this way the values of xd and sq for salient pole synchronous generator using slip test are determined. Okay, so this is all about the presentation about the experiment number 1. Okay, after that there is there is two videos, one lab demonstration and another is a YouTube video. So if you listen both the video carefully, then you will get the clear idea about that. Okay, so this is about the conclusion, right? And finally, if you have any queries, then we will have a discussion session. In that discussion session you can ask the queries. Okay, see again there is a 10 marks MCQ test. So after completing that presentation and after listening the video, you have to solve the MCQ test, and after that MCQ test we will have a discussion. If you have any queries, then we can discuss that query in a discussion session. Fine. So this is about the experiment number 1. Okay, so after that we will discuss about the queries, okay, in discussion session. Thank you.